G'day guys, and welcome to week 2, day 2, which is the final day of my 2-week rotation, which is kind of like saying day 4 of my 2-week routine. So today we're going to be doing some back, some biceps, some legs, and some shoulders. Similar to week 1, except there'll be some variations in the exercises that I do. So let's get started. Okay, first exercise in today's spread of exercises is the single arm dumbbell rows. So I'll be using this particular bench. You can use any flat bench that you like. So I'll have one knee on the bench like so, one arm at the end here, and then pulling up to my rib cage and back down again. Obviously, one set on my left, one set on my right, but overall, one warm-up set and then 2 working sets. You can use a flat bench like I'm doing, or some people like to sort of use like a rack, for example. If you've got a dumbbell rack, you can put your arm on the rack and sort of lean over and then just pull them up in that way. But I prefer to use the bench. But let's get started. All right, I'm using the big boy here. That is about 57 kilo for that, just that single dumbbell. I'm using my hooks because, like other exercises, I don't want my forearms to give out before my actual back, which is why we use straps or hooks. I prefer to use hooks, others prefer to do straps. But this allows me to obviously have a good grip while getting my back to fatigue before my arms. All right, just having a rest between my sets. One thing you'll notice is I tend to sort of struggle towards those last few reps where I sort of aren't lifting and up all the way. The way I sort of choose the amount of weight that I do for any particular exercise is based on, is that first rep that I do for any exercise, does it feel hard? Because if it doesn't feel hard, then I up the weight, because I don't like to lift those first couple of reps and it seems too easy. So it needs to be hard from the very get-go. So hence why I sort of start to struggle towards the end and just sort of do whatever means necessary to get the weight up, which doesn't always happen. I only go half weight sometimes. That's my rationale. So let's get on to set 2. All right, next are some pull-ups using the triangle grip. So basically a close grip chin up. You've all seen my rack in previous videos from last week. I'm on a small little step here just so I can kind of reach comfortably the tri grip over there. So no warm-up sets, just straight into the working sets. So let's go. All right, just for this exercise, you'll notice I'm going to be wearing a few weight plates because my own body weight's not enough. But just with regards the actual lifting here on the tri grip, as I come up, I like to alternate my side. So on one rep, I'll move to my right side, and on the next rep, I'll move to my left side. That way, having the bar in the way here, I can kind of avoid it and get as much height as possible. All right, to finish off back, we're going to do some rear flies, as I like to call them. Exactly the same as week 1. So the movement is a backward movement. So grabbing the stirrup handles there and moving it backwards. So the rationale behind that is just like we do flies for chest this way to get a good contraction and a good isolation in the pecs. Here I'm going the opposite way to try and get an isolation on my lats there. All right, moving on to biceps. This week I'm going to be using the EZ bar and just doing some basic curls. So I'll do as many as I can, and then I'll move on to a superset by using the cable machine and the individual stirrups just to finish off each arm individually. All right, time for some squats. I've got my setup over here using my half rack. I'll be doing 1 warm-up set and 2 working sets. Correction, 3 working sets, not 2. Just a thing to be aware of is when you squat, your leg positioning, I like to have my feet flared out on at least a 45-degree angle, if not slightly past that. And that allows you to get down lower in the squat and just get a more fuller, complete movement. All right, last exercise, shoulder presses, just like in week 1. Same sort of thing. I'll be doing no warm-ups, just 2 working sets. So let's get cracking.